Jones C. Edwards Stadium in Huntington, West Virginia. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Ohio Bobcats and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The Thundering Herd head coach told me before the game he is so thrilled with how they've been running the ball lately. The rushing offense in the top 10, but they are facing one of the toughest teams to run against in the country, a top 10 rushing defense. This is strength on strength. Should be a great battle today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Bobcats will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So the Marshall Thundering Herd will go on offense first to start this game. And you'll remember the last time these two clashed, it wound up being a tight one right to the finish.
And you know it's always going to be emotional, David. There's so much trash talking in rivalry games like this. These two teams, these two fan bases absolutely hate each other, and they let each other know about it all game long, even before the game.
And that's what makes it so much fun to cover. Who can manage their emotion, not get those dumb penalties, like be really locked in, dialed in, not let all the outside noise affect their play.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. And send the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. To throw, it's Boley. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, they try to throw for it there.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Needs it here on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on 4th down, and rolling the dice pays off. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Tells the run, wants to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Herd!
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on 4th down? They got it, kept the drive alive, they end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of... Five. The Bobcats offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And here comes the freshman quarterback who has certainly outperformed his recruiting ranking. His coaching staff blown away by how quickly he grasped the offense and won the starting job for the opener. They give it to the freshman, first carry of his career. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Let's talk for just a second about Ohio. They found some success on the recruiting trail, got a top 25 class. Now the question is, what can they do with it?
It's a top 25 class. It's not littered with a bunch of 5-star blue-chip prospects. They've got guys they feel like they can develop down the road. But David, the big question is, how long is it going to take?
Yeah, and sometimes when you get that top 25 class, you also found some diamonds in the rough. And then some guys that have some potential that get developed. So interested to see how they do in developing these guys.
Davis will throw. Under pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Bobcats will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Looking for room. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Thundering Herd offense ready to come out and get this drive going. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Flips it out to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. He's changing the play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Out wide left, it's Hamilton. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
To the air, it's Boley. Unloads to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Bobcats offense comes out to go to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. This drive will open from the 15. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Bobcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Got his man on the right. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it upfield. Off to the races to the right. At the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Bobcats. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air. It's Boley. Oh, pressure's coming. Just gets rid of that one.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Just feeds the running back. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Here comes the heat. Unloads in the nick of time.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Quickly to the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Needs it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Rush is on. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Delayed handoff. It's Boston. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Looking to throw, it's Boley. Left side is Hamilton. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st. Got his man. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 2nd and goal coming up. The play fake. Buying time to his right. Touchdown! Thundering Herd! Fitted in the window for the score. He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Off play action on first down. Just had to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Davis looking to pass. Picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Complete in the middle. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And explode. Play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down to the air. Out wide left, it's Boston.
And that's the beauty of playing zone coverage, man. Everybody has vision on the quarterback. So when he drops to throw and that ball comes out, you should break as soon as his hand separates from the football. He does.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Marshall! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking in front.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Davis will throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the strong safety is the one that's actually able to get the sack on this play. They lowered him in the box, probably anticipating run to the strong side of the field, but when the strong safety saw the ball in the quarterback's hand, he just said, I'm going to go do this myself.
On the stop. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Bobcats will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to get started. He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Touchdown, Hurd! Special teams proving to be special.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pump up, and this guy got a lot of that pump, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams, you can see the speed, you can see the wheels, and you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Lots of room to run. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bobcats. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run it. He's past the 30. At the 40, there he goes. Breaks into the open. The 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half. The defense needs to start making adjustments.
And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the #1 team, the Georgia Bulldogs.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Bobcats head coach at the half. They have to make some decisions here to start this second half. Their star running back getting his first start. He's young, and he has not run the ball well. They're trailing in this game, and they will have to decide how much they can rely on him here in the second half. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Bobcats want to crank the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Got a little grass. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Trying to slip through and pick it up. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Bobcats have their offense in high gear.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Davis looking to pass. Zings it complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Great play by the cornerback. And this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
The Bobcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. The punt is headed out of bounds, and they couldn't be happier about that, given the danger of that return guy. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wants to go up top on second down. They're all over him. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is.
Intentional grounding.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. This third down a little longer after that penalty. Looking downfield, it's Bowling. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return, just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
Caught, and he's got room. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defenders some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB, anticipating the receiver on his break. He went up, he plucked it.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They give it back to him. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Boston. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window. And you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Boston. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Making the adjustment on the play. Motion from the wide receiver. Moving the pocket, it's Burns. Looking down the middle. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he is stopped short, well short of the marker as the defense stands tall. On the move. Turns it on in midfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Look out! Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Keeps it on the ground. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They're working that left side. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
We reach the break, and Marshall is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. So we open the final period with a third down play. DB's right up on the receivers. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll take it himself. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Bobcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Soft spot in the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. On play action. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions.
Guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure three here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Davis will throw. Fires into the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Hits inside. It's Boston. Defense all over him.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. When you're in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on third down. Here's some daylight. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on fourth down. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Drops back on first down. Out wide right, it's Hamilton. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Sees a crease. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll ride him again. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
They want that clock to run. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Keep it on the ground. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Running to the left. There he goes. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.